What's going on, guys? So I feel like shit, I look like shit, but I'm still gonna try to make this Gotham video. This is by far my favorite episode of this season, to the point that this episode ruined my sleep. I mean, I'm going through some shit in my life, but at the same time, okay, so like I couldn't sleep last night. Like I had like the worst fucking sleep of my life, and I kept waking up to the damn Mad Hatter saying that, like, look into my eyes, and I just kept seeing that over and over in my brain. So I'm gonna say this episode had some freaking lasting impressions on me. Anyways, let's jump into it. Tonight's episode had some cold-blooded people in it. One, freaking Jim Gordon cuffing Alice after she saves her life. Cold-blooded. Two, Valerie Vale just straight up denying Gordon after he's like trying to like, oh, so you want to get some dinner or you want to do whatever? And she's like, no, cold-blooded. And freaking Clone Bruce just beating the shit out of Alfred because he just doesn't know how awesome he is, apparently. Cold-blooded. Speaking of Clone Bruce, the dude can't feel no pain, which kind of puts him in a basket over here to be perfect for being a Talon, because Talons are just like reanimated bodies that can't feel pain, and that's why they're the perfect warriors. So that kind of makes me, put him more in the Talon theory over here, that the Court of Owls are going to get him and make him a Talon or something, or just make him clone Bruce so they can freaking take over Wayne Enterprises. But at the same time, he's over here trying to become Bruce, which is something Hush would do. So I feel like you could do the Hush storyline too with this Bruce. But then you kind of know that he's just trying to be Bruce so he can get in Selina's pants, because that's what, she was nice to him and shit. So I don't know what this guy is trying to do. There's so many theories, and it kind of just makes me throw my theory from last week out the window. But then the other two old theories come right back into play. So I don't know what the hell's going on with Clone Bruce. We're still just going to have to watch and see. I meant watch and see before somebody comments, like, oh, that's not how you say it. Pfft. You guys see that little mini spark between Bruce and Selina when they're holding hands? And she was like, well, you come with me. And he was like, no. I was like, oh, cold-blooded. I forgot to mention him. Because, man, how are you going to do that to Selina? Bruce? She finally freaking kind of put comfort into you, and you're going to deny her just like that? Dude, that's fucked up. Let's jump over to something else I talked about last week. We talked about motherfucking Lee coming back to Gotham, and her freaking boyfriend, fiance guy was going to be part of the Falcone family. Totally, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We totally talked about that. Falcone was coming back into the picture. We said Lee was going to be dating some bad dude. The bad dude is part of the Falcone family. Doesn't have the technical name of Falcone because he's actually a good doctor guy. But let me tell you what's going to happen this season, alright? That guy just looks like he's meant to play a villain. He's not going to stay a goody two-shoes all day. And freaking Falcone's back in the picture and he's just a bad dude. And it would just be perfect because Falcone and Gordon have worked together before. Like, he saved his life or whatever, and then vice versa, whatever. That happened in past seasons. But would it not make for a better story for Gordon to fuck over Falcone's son? Now Falcone and Gordon are enemies. So what I think might happen is that Gordon and Lee are probably going to get back together somehow. That is going to piss off the young son that does not have the Falcone name, and he's going to be like, Father, I want to get into the business. And that's going to make him become a bad man, and he's going to take over the Falcone business. Calling it. Another thing we talked about last week that was more of a viewer theory. A lot of you guys were telling me about it. I just elaborated on it. How Penguin could possibly be mayor. Well, he's totally going to be mayor in Gotham City. Now he's going to do it his own way, but I feel like this is just lazy writing. I talked about it, like I said in last week's video, that it would just be, it's so stupid that they're having two mayor storylines back to back in each season. We had Galavan's last year, and we know Galavan did a bunch of bullshit to actually become mayor. He did the Maniacs thing. He killed Jerome to be, I'm a hero, look at that. And they're doing the exact same thing with Penguin. I feel like it is just very lazy writing on the half of Gotham, that they're reusing season 2 material, and like, oh my gosh, you could be doing so much right now with Penguin, but they're just gonna do it like he is a criminal, like, and they're like, oh, Hugo Strange made whatever, they're saying that he had a criminal past because of whatever. But it was just, it's really stupid. Like, to be honest, it's stupid. He was a criminal way before anything else was happening. He was working for Fish Mooney. They could use, like, I just don't see how his background would get cleared so much. I know he has the people behind him of Gotham, but it's just really kind of stupid. I mean, the GCPD went after Penguin. Memory card died, but what I was saying was that Penguin, the freaking GCPD has went after him so many times that it just doesn't make sense that he's gonna be the freaking mayor, and I don't know, it's just, it sucks. Like, I think the storyline is stupid. It's cool that he's gonna bring out, you know, he busted out Edward Nygma. I love that whole bromance that's going on between them. They're really good friends. It's really awesome to have them both there. You know, it's gonna be cool to see them team up, so I'm excited to see that, but I don't care about the freaking mayor storyline again. Like, it's stupid, lazy writing, Gotham. Fix your shit. Hopefully, you know, I'm pretty sure they're gonna make him mayor and he's gonna, like, take over the city some way, that way, and that's just gonna up his freaking ante of, you know, being a crime boss. But why are you gonna go with this, let's make Gotham safe again to destroy these monsters, when you just let Fish Mooney go, who's probably the worst monster of them all? So it just, I don't know. It seems like very lazy writing to me, and I'm just not cool with it. Although I will say I loved the freaking bar cafe scene area with him and the actual mayor. That was badass when the freaking mayor brought out all the guns and he was all like, well, I'm 3 steps ahead, and freaking all of the people got up and they had guns. That was pretty awesome. If we see more of that, I might be cool with that. You know, like I said, I'm interested to see what's gonna happen with him and Nygma, but right now, that was pretty cool. That was the best thing that happened with the whole Penguin storyline. Still don't like the mayor stuff, but that was cool. Obviously, let's talk about the best thing that happened in this episode, and that was the introduction of the Mad Hatter. Now, there were some things I really loved about this character, and there were some things that I really disliked about this character, so let's go ahead and talk about them. I love the actor's portrayal of the Mad Hatter. It was creepy, it was eerie, and like, I mean, that shit haunted my dreams, like literally. I couldn't sleep last night. Not sure if you guys actually noticed this, but when he was doing the whole look into my eyes bit, his pupils were pure black. Like, they didn't have the little white dots in them. Now, he did have the white dots every once in a while, but it was never during that scene. When he was doing his whole bit and like making people go into those trance states, he had black fucking pupils, and I think that's what scared the fuck out of me, because I was like, that's not human. But that was awesome. I think it added to the character. I like what, you know, I kind of like what they did with it, the whole craziness. Hypnotism is a very different thing from introducing what Jarvis Tetch really does. And like from the Batman animated series, you know, he's a big technological person and he creates mind control devices. You know, I guess it makes a little bit more sense to, you know, alter the character a little bit to make him be a hypnotist. So, you know, he's just really powerful with hypnosis. It's about the same thing. They just didn't want to explain the whole technological aspect of the Jarvis Tetch character, which I can totally get. That doesn't bother me at all. I thought it was a cool little thing. And making him a magician or a hypnotist for a stage show is pretty cool. So I loved all of that. What I hated was the forcing of the Alice in Wonderland stuff. Like, it doesn't really fit. I mean, ooh, his sister's Alice, like, big deal, ooh. So, like, okay, he freaking took her to, you know, Hugo Strange, and she had this crazy blood thing, so she's like a monster in the terms of Gotham, so she has some crazy rage blood that you come out of, you know, 28 days later and shit. But I guess he was a bad enough dude that she hated him prior to Hugo Strange because she wants nothing to do with him, but it just doesn't make any sense to me why, like, I feel like they're forcing this Mad Hatter Alice in Wonderland character when you could have done it so much better, but I don't know how. I'm waiting to see what they do. I know there's been photos out there of like Bruce and Alfred actually at like the Mad Hatter table. So I wonder if the Mad Hatter is going to die and then they're gonna bring him back somehow just because he was so awesome. I don't get it, because remember, we saw it in season 2, Hugo Strange was reading the Alice in Wonderland book. If that has no connection to the Mad Hatter at all, why fucking include that at all? Like, I need to know that this Mad Hatter character came from Indian Hill and he just thinks that Alice is his sister, and his whole backstory of like, we got separated and blah, 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 is just bullshit, and he's actually from Indian Hill, and that's why he's so good with hypnosis, because his eyes are what freaking, you know, make you go all crazy. I need to know that connection, because if the Hugo Strange scene where he's reading Alice in Wonderland and he's all like, oh yes, this will do nicely, doesn't connect to Mad Hatter, that was fucking pointless. So Gotham, I really hope that you connect those two somehow. I don't know if you'll kill him and bring him back, although that is something y'all have done a lot already, so maybe you don't want to do that. I just hope that Mad Hatter turns out to be from Indian Hill, and that connection from Hugo Strange reading Alice in Wonderland is connected to this current Mad Hatter, and it's not just two separate things. And hopefully it's not like they're just gonna kill him and then, you know, he's gonna do that, because he already perfected the bringing back to life process with Fish Mooney. So just, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We gotta keep watching Gotham. It's still early. But like I said, this was my favorite episode out of the 3 so far. So much so that it fucking haunted my dreams. I want to know what you guys think about this week's episode in the comment sections down below. Apologies, I didn't even ask any questions. What did you think of the whole freaking Lee Falcone thing? Did you like the Mad Hatter? Was he your favorite part of this thing? And who the hell, or what the hell do you think Clone Bruce is gonna be? Let me know in the comment section down below, like I just said, but whatever, you know what I'm saying. On top of that, I just want to apologize for my lack of videos or whatever. I've been going through some life shit. It's been pretty rough, kind of depressed. This is where this is coming from, but, you know, shit happens, guys. You gotta keep moving on. Flash is tomorrow, or tonight, I should say. Gonna try to get that video out to you guys tomorrow before work. It's just a lot's going on in life, trying to make things still work and get you guys the content out there. But, you know, sorry if I'm not as I usually am. It'll be back. I'll be back on my feet. Like, you know, everything's gonna be good and going. With the Flash coming back, I'm really trying to get everything back on track. So, yeah. Thank you. Bear with me for a little bit, but I'm going to keep trying to get that content coming out for you guys. So yeah. Remember guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with all your Gotham buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I am your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time. Bye!